I could stand up here and give you guys this long, elegant speech about my hopes and dreams and all my aspirations. But some of you would probably be on your phones if you aren't already, or, sorry, be on your phones if you aren't already, or you'd probably fall asleep. But instead, I've decided to make this more personal and share some of my understandings and thoughts I've experienced here at Brooks. Hopefully, all of you can find something that you can relate to or can learn something new from these different situations. Now, of course, we're all different, but we all share some of the same qualities, one of them being we're future alumni of Brooks. Just thinking about that makes me wonder how I was able to get up to this podium in the first place after a long 5 years. During my years here, I've been able to balance schoolwork and sports, as well as spend some good times with my friends who were once complete strangers to me. I'm reminded of the times where I was able to find comfort in friends and faculty through some of the toughest times our community has ever gone through. I think of some of the littlest things people did for me that I'll forever be grateful for, and I'd like to share some of these moments with you that I'll forever hold in my heart. All right, so this is freshman year. Yeah, I know, right? All right, so my freshman year is something I look back on and can't believe happened. During the year, I wasn't who I was in middle school. I was more nervous, shy, and felt so out of place here. I wasn't taking my schoolwork seriously and had a lot of catching up to do on the basketball court if I wanted to play with the older guys. I didn't really know who I was and had the littlest clue of who I could be. I was far from having it all figured out and found myself stuck in my room for most of the day watching Prison Break on Netflix. I say these things because I know some of you freshmen may have the same feeling I once had, that feeling of uncertainty or maybe even fear. Let me be the first one to tell you you're not alone. Yeah, you're gonna miss home for a little bit, miss sleeping in your own bed, or miss seeing the people you love every day. But trust me, it all works out and will be worth it. I personally would tell my freshman self to leave that room and at least go try and make some new friends. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while before I was comfortable enough to be my true self. But once I was able to, be my true self, I met some of the greatest people and I've had some of the funniest times. My freshman year was a moment I will never forget because I learned what I was missing out on. The future me learned from my previous mistakes of hiding in my shell and showed me how putting myself out there little by little had great benefits. Before I say this, so my sophomore year, for those who don't know, I loved Brooks so much that I decided to do 2 years and spend another wonderful year on this great campus. Now, both my sophomore years were completely different. The first year is kind of a blur, and I barely remember much. But what will always stick with me is how I really learned how to concentrate and push through adversity. There's this guy in the weight room, kind of intimidating at first, but deep down he's a big softie. When I first met him, I had no clue how helpful he would end up being in my life as the year went by. How helpful he would be in my life. As the year went by, I got closer to him and started to learn more about his life and the adversity he overcame. He was born with cerebral palsy, which affects muscle tone, movement, and motor skills. But he didn't let this control his life. He went on to join the football team at Penn State and has a beautiful wife and 2 kids. Now, of course, there's more to his story, but know he's a living example of why you should never give up on something you do. My second sophomore year was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I started feeling like I truly belonged to the school and was able to finally grow as a person. I owe a lot of this to Mr. McVeigh, Mr. Jones, and Ms. Shaniel. These people believed in me and saw the untapped potential I had, potential I never knew existed. I started to take more chances and reach out of my comfort zone a little more, knowing it would all pay off. I knew these people had my best interests at heart, whether I was in the gym, in the classroom, or even off campus during the summer. Then junior year came. This year went by the fastest of them all. One day you're taking pictures near the flagpole, and the next thing you know, it's prize day. Junior year also has the rep of being the toughest academic year, as you work real hard to get the best grades for college. And it definitely was stressful at first. My grades weren't as good as they should have been. I had to take the ACTs for the first time, and I was still getting used to my previous class of 2016 becoming seniors and soon leaving for college. But as the year went on and I was able to pick myself right back up, I can't forget about the faculty members who helped me get through the year. Whenever the year got tough or I needed a little break from anything, Chris Ragoza, our equipment manager, wouldn't hesitate to get food with me or even bring me home for the weekend. During the summer, before I got a license, he would even drop me off at home so I could work out in the gym for a little bit. He's been really helpful, and I will forever be grateful for him. Miss McDowell was another faculty member who helped me strive last year. When she wasn't blasting the newest Taylor Swift song throughout Chase, she was always up for some great conversation about what's going on with the school. She's someone who I respect and appreciate a ton for having these conversations with me. I name these people and say these things not to put them on the spotlight, but I say these things for you to realize that there are some great people around us. People who care and actually want you to succeed. Yeah, they could be annoying sometimes and seem like they're always on your back, but remember, it's easier for them to just leave you out on your own than actually hold you accountable. And don't get me wrong, not only faculty members will help you out throughout the year, but you'll also meet some of your closest friends and go through the craziest times with them. Never would I have thought that people so much different than me would be an instrumental part to my life. I just want you all to know that great things are coming. Different experiences, different friends, and tough moments are all things you should look forward to. And lastly, my senior year. I don't know what's in stores just yet, but I'm sure the mighty class, as Mr. Packard would say, the mighty class of 2016 will have more memories to make and look forward to. Oh, 2017. That was part of the joke. I don't know if you, good job, you got it. All right, thank you, that's it, thank you.